We're here on the 10 Mile Creek here in Holbrook today as part of our Refreshing Rivers project and refreshing the upper Billabong. One of the challenges we have is getting these aquatic plants back into our creeks and rivers, and we're just having a bit of a go at some revegetation. I'm here with Lachie Nevison, who's a local Holbrook fella who does a bit of breeding of small-bodied native fish, and came to me with this great idea that he'd seen somewhere about how to get the aquatic species back in. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, Lachie?
Yeah, so I went down to Bendigo and seen Mark Toohey. He's on the council down there, and he's come up with the idea of re-vegging areas that were lacking in plants, that were lacking in milfoils, ribbon weeds, all different kinds of aquatic veg. Over time, he's got permission to put plants back into the system, and it's gone great. He's established so many areas for small-bodied fish and brought veg back to areas that never had it.
So the growing system, so the idea is you get some cuttings and some mud from places where there's already veg, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's what I did. There's a little wetland not too far away from here, just on the roadside, and so I picked a few cuttings and took a bit of mud out of it, and I put it in a tray with some potting mix. It's not draining, so I've just lined it with garbage bag, and I've left it there for, well, it was probably the end of winter we sort of picked them up, so they've been there for a few months, and now it's a tray that's got quite well rooted milfoils. It picked up a few other things, like there's a big loose strife plant, and I just noticed today that there are a few rushes. There must have been seed in the mud, and they're starting to establish as well. So yeah, that's it, and basically planting them in the creek.
For your milfoils, you only need to just loosen it a bit, take a chunk, slip it in and close it over.
Yeah.
And
So do you reckon I should break that up?
Yeah, so with your milfoil, you've got one little clump there. Don't even need to be really gentle with it, rooted nicely. And you've got all these other little ones. That's it, break it up, and then plug it in.
So do you reckon I should try in the water as well?
You could go in the water, you can go anywhere with a milfoil. Can't go wrong with a milfoil.
Probably with my hands might be better. So the problem is, do they float up or anything?
If the ducks get to them, then they will, until they establish their roots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try and put a rock or something heavy on it, or clay, roll some clay over it. It doesn't seem very clayey soil.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's pretty sandy. Maybe I'll stick up around the edges in here too, where they can't pull them out. But that's doing the right thing, isn't it?
And then your little rush, got nice established roots. It's the same thing on the waterline, and it will go and just keep creeping along. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a loose strife, isn't it? It sort of grows on the edges as well.
Good thing about our natives, we don't need to be so delicate.
Yeah, well they're just, it's a big root mass, and you just sort of pull it apart.
I've got a rock.
I'm just going to bury that one.
That sand should be heavy enough to nearly hold it.
I think so. Grapes. So I guess if you come back down and find that, oh, it's washed away, chances are it's actually washed away and it'll still do some good. Hopefully. Yeah. Well, let's hope it establishes and be good. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get too hot down here, so it should be good.
Yeah. And yeah, so hopefully that will spread through these shallower areas, and as bits break off, you know, they move it downstream and we get some of these aquatics back in the creek system.
which in turn will clear clarity in the water as well.
Yeah, good habitat.
Good habitat
Yeah.
for the next project of fish.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you.